Hello everyone, it's your girl Omo and I welcome you all to the SOB TV. And today we're going to be talking about a very disturbing issue that has been disturbing our nation today. We're going to be talking about domestic violence, and today we're going to be exposing the secrets of domestic violence. And to start with, I'm briefly going to define domestic violence. Domestic violence is a kind of violence that happens between family members, and in most cases, it's usually between husbands and wives. Though in extreme cases, it could also affect the kids. It could be the kids too could be abused in some extreme cases. But today, we're going to be looking at that of the husbands and the wives. So, having said that, we're going to be looking also at who are the victims. A lot of people ask these questions a lot. Talking about domestic violence, a lot of people ask these questions a lot, like who are the victims that suffers from domestic violence? Because a lot of people think domestic violence is being restricted to a particular ethnic group or something, or maybe it's been restricted to only Africans or something. But I like to tell you this today that domestic violence it's a worldwide epidemic that has been affecting the whole nation. It's not something that is restricted to only Africans alone. No. It's something that affects everyone, be it America, Europe, Asia, just name it. I'm not saying it because I just want to sit here and say this. I'm saying it out of experience because I though I'm from Africa, but I've been opportune to live in western part of the world for some years now. So I know how it functions here too. And I see a lot of cases where domestic violence is going on here in the western world. So having said that, also some people think domestic violence is just women issues. Some men, when they hear about domestic violence, they don't want to talk about it, they don't want to hear about it. They just say, no, 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 I don't beat my wife, that's not my business, it's just women issues alone. No. So I'm here to correct that. It's totally wrong. Domestic violence is not just um, a woman issue or something. It's something that has to do with two people, the man and the woman. Sometimes in a relationship, the men could be the abusers, while the women are the victims. While in some other cases, the men could also be the victim, while the woman is the abuser. Yeah, it happens. But today, I'm going to be talking about that of the woman being the victim while the man the abuser, because statistics have shown it that over 80% of men in the world today abuses their wife. Statistics have shown that over 80% of men in the world today are the perpetrators of this violence against women. So today I'm going to be talking strictly on violence against women. Now, having said this, I would like us to quickly look into the early signs and early warnings of domestic violence, the stages of domestic violence. What are those signs? What are those early warnings you see in a man that will make you to know that this man is probably going to be an abuser in the nearest future? I'm going to be outlining some of them. Like, let me state this: when you're going into a relationship, there's no man that will just come out straight at the beginning and tell you, I'm going to be the boss of this relationship and I'm going to be abusing you, I'm going to be hitting you every now and then. No, no one is going to do that. They are all going to come out and play nice at the beginning. They're going to act like a nice person at the beginning. They're going to lure you into loving them. They're going to come out as a very gentle, calm, kind, soft person, and are going to charm you, seduce you into loving them. That's just the truth. They're going to do all this to make you love them. Then after you've loved them, when they realize that yes, they've succeeded, you're now in love with them, this is when they take it to the next stage. And the next stage of it now is trying to lure you away from all your families, your friends, your loved ones. They want to isolate you away from everyone out there that you know. They don't want you talking to nobody. Now listen, this man is not going to come out straight and tell you, babe, you have to stop talking to people and all that. No, he's going to do this in a very deceptive way. He's going to do it in a very deceptive way. Like, he's going to try to isolate you from your family, your colleagues, your friends, your loved ones, and everyone out there that you were talking to. He's going to try to stop you from talking to them. Like, when it comes to the family, he's going to do this like, he's going to isolate you away from your family by trying to relocate you from very far away from where your family is based. It's going to relocate you very, very far away from where your family is based. So you won't have time to go visiting your family or to keep communicating with your family often. By so doing, he has successfully isolated you away from your family. Now, talking about the colleagues and the friends at work, this man is going to isolate you away from your colleagues and from your friends at work, your boss at work, and all that by trying to tell you to quit working. Now, for a woman, your husband comes back home and tells you, babe, I want you to stop working because I can pay the bills alone. You have to sit back home and take care of the kids, take care of the stuffs at home. You know, most women will feel happy. They will like, okay, he loves me, he doesn't want me to stress myself, I don't have to go to work anymore and all that. But that's not true, darling. This man is only, in some cases, though not in all cases, in some cases, these men, they are only trying to strategize. It's just a strategy to get you away from people. It's just a strategy to get you away from people who would have helped you in the future when you need them. Do you get? So this man will tell you stop working. By so doing, he has stopped you from communicating with your friends at work, your colleagues, and your bosses at work. Now you don't have nobody to talk to. He can also stop you from communicating with people on social medias by asking you to quit Facebook, quit WhatsApping, and all that. So by so doing, he doesn't want you to have access to social media, so you don't have time to go talk to your friends online and share your problems with them. So these are plans, these are strategies that these men put up just to get you under their control fully. Do you get? So when you see these signs, you begin to know that this man is probably up to something. These are early signs that we have to look into. Do you get? Now, after doing all this, the third sign of domestic violence is going to try to carry out this threat on you as a lady. It's going to try to carry out this step on you. It's going to do this by probably slapping you for the very first time or throwing stuffs at you. And for the weak ladies, the weak women, they come out like they start crying and all that. He has never done this to me before. He slapped me today. Then they go to the room and cry themselves out all day, and they keep on crying. And the man comes back from wherever he went to, and he comes back and buys you stuff and start apologizing to you and tells you he's sorry, he's not going to do that anymore, and you believe him. And you believe him because you have no one to talk to, because you have no place to cry to, you have no one to trust. The only person you've ever trusted is the one that is perpetrating this evil act on you. And so they are confused. They just have to believe such men. But for the strong woman, she is going to tell him straight that, hello, I'm not going to take this from you. And I'm not in for this. You're going to let him know your stand, that you are totally against domestic violence. That's for the strong woman. Immediately he attempts it, you have to try to seek help immediately. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait any further. You have to know that if he could do it once, he's going to do it over and over again. If he could raise his hands on you for the very first time or throw stuff at you for the first time, it's definitely going to keep reoccurring. So this is when the strong woman would know immediately that she needs help, and she starts seeking for help immediately. Now, the fourth step is, if you react in a very weak way by forgiving him because you love him and because he has promised never to do it again, the fourth step is he's going to continuously keep repeating it. It's going to keep happening, like on a weekly basis, twice in a week, on a monthly basis. You're going to be living in fear. Now this is your husband. This is a man you're supposed to love and he's supposed to love you in return. Now you'll be living in the same house and you will be living in fear. You'll be insecure. You don't know what to do. You are helpless. You don't know who to talk to. You got no friends. You got no family to talk to. You got no colleagues because you're not working. You are being isolated. And the only person you can talk to is the person perpetrating this act on you. So this is where a lot of women get confused and they begin to have so many thoughts in their head and it eventually leads to depression. Now, having said this also, I like to talk about this aspect because a lot of people ask these questions every now and then like, okay, these men that they are abusing their wives, what do you think is the cause? What do you think is the cause? Why do you think they keep on abusing their wives? Is it that they don't love their women or because of what? Now today on this particular episode of this video, I'm going to be giving you guys just 3 reasons why these men perpetrate such acts. 3 reasons why these men abuses their wives. Because I don't have much time to spend on this particular topic today. You get so now some of these men, the first reason is some of these men they abuse their women because they feel inferior, because they got low self-esteem, because they always want to prove to the woman that they are the boss, they are authoritative. So because of these reasons, they always want to hit their women, they always want to abuse their women because they feel inferior, they lack self-confidence. So they feel the only way to express themselves is by hitting the woman and making her feel like the weaker person. Do you get? And secondly, too, I feel these men, some of them, it's because of their background. Because some of them, while growing up, they grew up in an environment where their mom was constantly being abused by their dad. So, because of that fact, they grew up and they felt that's the way life is supposed to be. They emulated their dad and they feel okay, my dad was always humiliating my mom, my dad was always abusing my mom, so that's the same way I should go about in my own family. So that is where they get it wrong, because they should have known better that what their dad was doing to their mom was totally wrong, and they would have tried to correct it now that they are married or now that they are in a relationship. Do you get? Now the third reason why they do this is most of these men are very, very short-tempered. They are very, very aggressive, that they lack self-control, they can't control themselves. So because of that fact, they always lose it. When you have little misunderstanding with them, they lose it and they always want to abuse their women because they lack self-control. So these are the 3 reasons why most people indulge in such acts, why they perpetrate these acts. And also, this brings us to the big question people often ask, like the victims of domestic violence, the women that are being uh, abused by their husbands, why don't they just quit such relationship instead of still being in an abusive relationship? What are they still doing there? Why don't they just pack their stuff and leave? My darling, I must tell you guys this, it's not very easy to quit an abusive relationship like that. It's something that is very, very difficult to quit. It's a big decision to make. Remember, I told you guys earlier on that this man has already isolated you from everyone. So this lady in question now has no one to cry to, has nowhere to go to, she's not working, she probably has no money on her own to start living her life elsewhere. So now, where do you want her to go to like that? What do you want her to do just like that? It's not very easy. It's not very easy to quit an abusive relationship like that. If I sit down here and tell you guys it's easy to quit an abusive relationship, I might be lying to you guys. It's not very easy because she has no one to run to. This man is the only one she has learned to love, she has learned to trust. So what do you want her to do? Where do you want her to go to? Who do you want her to cry to? This is one of the reasons why people don't easily quit an abusive relationship. And also, some of our women don't quit abusive relationship because some of these men that are abusing their wife, they are very, very dangerous because they are authoritative, they are possessive, they could be very, very dangerous, extremely dangerous. So when trying to quit an abusive relationship, as a woman, you should be very, very careful because some of these men could be very, very dangerous. Because by the moment they know you are about leaving them, now they feel like a loser. They feel they've lost. They don't want you to go. They feel they own you. They possess you. They can do whatever they want to do with you because you are their property. So they don't want you to go. So at this point, when they realize that you are determined to leave them, they could go to the extreme of hurting you or probably taking your life. This is why most women are scared of leaving an abusive relationship, and perhaps too, maybe the women are still in love with the man, so they feel they don't want to leave him. They want to help him fight his demons. Maybe they are the only ones that could help him fight his demons, and maybe they think the man is going to change someday. So this is why they still stay in such an abusive relationship. So having said all these things and having outlined all these facts from the beginning, another question now is, those people that are already in an abusive relationship, what do they do? What is the solution? How can they get out of it? Now, it is obvious that since earlier on I stated that over 80% of men are abusers, over 80% of men are abusive in a relationship. So it goes to show that lots of women are suffering. It goes to show also that over 80% of women are suffering in a relationship. They are being abused in a relationship. So now, what help can we offer them? What can they do? What is the solution? Before I start talking about this, I like to say that even the Bible supports you to quit an abusive relationship. It's in the Bible. Yeah, it is. Even the Bible supports you to quit an abusive relationship. Anything that possesses threats to your health, to your life, you can quit from it. You should quit from it. So that is it. And also, what do they do? People that are already into it, a lot of women are already suffering, and many more women are still going to suffer in the nearest future. As soon as they get into the wrong hands of these men, they are still going to suffer. So what do they do? I am going to encourage you ladies out there listening that are suffering from this abusive relationship or that are going to suffer from it in the future. My darling, please do not allow yourself to be used by any man. You are too beautiful for that. You are too superior for that. You have to know your worth. You have to know what you want. You have to let him go. You have to seek help from people. You have to cry out. You have to seek help from people. That is my advice for you. You don't have to be pathetic about the whole thing. You have to seek help for people. Go to your parents, go to your family, go to your friends, go to your loved ones. You can even go to strangers. You could talk to strangers about it. It doesn't really matter who you talk to. The important thing is that you get help from somewhere. You can call the police, you can call the cops. Just seek help from anywhere. Try to talk to someone about it. So you get yourself out of that mess, because it's going to be very, very much to your own detriment if you remain in an abusive relationship. Who knows? Someday you might get hurt. Someday, who knows? So, my darling, my advice for you guys, you girls listening out there, if you're in an abusive relationship, darling, talk to someone about it. Seek help from someone, family, friends, loved ones, policemen, cops, strangers. Talk to someone, your pastors, whatever. Talk to someone and get yourself out of that, because you are too beautiful to be in an abusive relationship. Get yourself out of it, get yourself a different life, and continue to live in peace. Your health and your life is far more worth than any other thing. It is better you preserve your health and your life than trying to love a man who is not worth it. So at this junction, I'm going to draw the curtain, and then thanks for watching. Viewers, thanks for watching. And if you like what I've been doing, please press the like button, and then subscribe to my channel for more beautiful videos. And also don't forget to drop your comments, please. I still remain your girl Omo. This is coming to you from SOB TVs. Catch you next time. Ciao ciao. Bye.